Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Command Center, where we like to put our favorite commander, maybe even yours, front and center. And you know we can't do it unless we play those three bodacious letters, EDH. What does it stand for today, Hado Ken?
Stands for is entertaining disastrous holidays. Tis the season. Tis the season for giving and understanding what you're thankful for. And I'm thankful that I've only had to slap around 5 people. And you know what? I would like to slap a lot more. I believe that that's what's wrong with the world. We haven't been given enough ass whoopings. It's because people been too smug. Like Mike Tyson has said it the best. People say this because they have been punched in the lip. And I say this because last time I was at the Target, some bum decided I'm going to run in front of you because I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent. I apologize. What are we talking about today?
I think the best way to put that is you're feeling strange, and your brain it's gone quite insane. I think you feel like slapping somebody today.
He feels like slapping somebody today.
I honestly thought you were singing the Jonas Brothers song. And I was like, I don't know what the hell you talking about. You get your dippy ass up out of here. We don't take kindly to the Jonas Brothers right here.
I want a Joe Bros remix of that song. Actually, now that we mentioned it,
Hey,
I think they would.
Feel like slapping them bitches.
I wish I could like riff on this, but I just don't know any Jonas Brothers songs.
I do. I don't. They made something about
Don't you say anything bad? Year 3000 Jam.
What?
Burning up. Jam. It's Nick Jonas, but Bacon. Jam.
All right.
Bacon
How about we jam on
Sorry,
what we're really here for today? Because I think we got some other terrible things to talk about.
We do. So I was thinking about Magic, and every time I think about Magic, I think about bad cards. So I was thinking about what are the worst cards that I've ever seen that have inspired me to want to build decks around them. Some of these I have built decks around. Some of these I am currently actually building decks around. And other ones I need to find homes for. So these are just, in my head, objectively bad cards. Cards I am not smart enough to figure out why they're printed, why they exist. And we got to do fun stuff with them. So, obviously, I'll come up with some. Said you'll come up with some. Ken, you got a list of bad cards, right? Like you just have bad cards sitting in your brain ready for us.
Why in the blue hell are you playing bad cards in your deck? Like, what's the point? Why not just put empty sleeves in your deck? Like, this don't make no damn sense to me. Like, why you purposely go out there and say, "Ooh, this is efficient. This is an efficient card. How can I make it worse?" And you spend money on that? Hell no. I'm gonna go to my binder and pop the goddamn trunk if I need to make something go gravy. Speaking of gravy, some of y'all can't cook out there. Like, you got wash your goddamn rice, and see. Oh, and wash your chicken too and your poultry. I know some of y'all are against that, but wash it. Go ahead, Derek.
Also, refrigerate your rice. It's very dangerous to leave out. It's like the one to refrigerate rice fast. Don't let it sit out.
Wait, is that,
all right,
is
so
that,
yes.
Wait, is that real? Is that part real?
Yes, leaving out rice is incredibly dangerous. There's like a story about a college student that died from leaving fried rice out.
He left it out for like 4 days.
Yes. And I'm sorry, but I don't want a quarter of the bacteria that killed someone in my system because I only left it out for a day. I'm good.
On the drug that killed River Phoenix. Look, if you put enough heat on something, you kill all the bacteria.
Everybody's trying to start The Last of Us, and I'm just not on board with it. Now, okay, let's get cards. So since Ken objectively has never played a bad card, he's going to judge Sed and I for all the bad cards that we do play and want to play. So Sed, we'll kick it off with some examples.
Yeah.
No. Go ahead, keep it going. I need to go get something that can best amplify what we're talking about. Keep it going. I'll be right back.
All right.
So we'll start with some examples in the command zone.
Yeah, so we've definitely have ventured into the jank zone one or a dozen times, and so I see jank, I just get a call in to build it. So we've had some jank offs. We've done it with the professor. We've done it among ourselves, and we just started thinking like, what are some of these cards that are, like you said, are just objectively bad that we just like, I want to try to figure it out, or I'm currently trying to figure it out, or I just have no clue what to do with this. So I think we're going to start, like you said, with the command zone. So I'll kick it over to you first because you did actually build this deck for one of our jank offs, and I guess we can tell. I guess you can tell people real quick like what that experience was like and why this card is bad.
And why you lost.
I did lose. That we're gonna leave out. So the first example I want to give is Lady Orca. Lady Orca is one of my favorites. It's a 7 mana, 5 black red, 7/4 with no other abilities at all. It's a vanilla 7/4 for 7 mana in Rakdos. And the reason why you'd want to build something like this is because it has very spooky art. Like it has that kind of like something you'd see at a museum and assume the person who painted it had some sort of demonic possession. And the flavor text mentions stank breath. So when a flavor text on a card talks about somebody's hot breath, I just feel obligated to build it. And so that's all it came down to. Why is it a bad card? I don't think I need any explanation why a 7 mana 7/4 with no abilities is a bad card. If you think it's a good card, I want to play in your pods. That's all I will say.
I had questions. First of all, I give that like 2 toilet paper sheets off the roll.
Single ply, or double
single ply, and the edge of it is wet too, just to make sure you get the point. So the reason why I always struggled to why you picked that damn card, because I was like, there's a bunch of shit-eating commanders that you could have like you could have chose Drakaseth. Drakaseth is a horrible card, but I get its function. Yeah. Oh, don't you look at me in that tone of voice. Drakaseth is a shit card for shit people. I'm looking at people that I know out there, and I'm like, look.
Love you, Kyle.
But it does what it needs to do, especially if you get it in the right angle. So there were other mono red commanders that you could have used that were not as up to par. When you chose Lady Orca, I was like, okay, this is a meme deck, and it is a bad meme. But anyway.
Sad, you have an example that you want to share.
Yeah, so I threw one into the chat. So this was a card I was actually very high on when it first came out because I was like, I've never seen anything like this before. And I like the art. I like the style. This is Etrata the Silencer as a commander. First of all, she can't be blocked. And it says that when she deals combat damage to a player, you exile target creature that player controls, put a hit counter on that card. And once you do this 3 times, or they have 3 permanents with hit counters out there, they lose the game. So I was like, ooh, this is a mini game within the primary game that nobody will let me do because I'll get one of them off, maybe even 2. But I've never killed a player with Etrata because it just has not happened. I have to jump through my own hoops as well as my opponent's interactions. So Etrata is one of those things that I think I just ended up trying to throw inside of a deck instead of trying to build it as a commander because people see it coming and they just won't let it happen. After she gets the first hit off, they're like, never again. Don't do that again.
Okay.
I could, yeah. It's just like a ticking time bomb, but the slowest. It's like it's like in an action movie if there's a bomb counting down from like 17 days, and it's like we could just walk away from the bomb. We don't have to wait for this.
It's like if Jack Bauer's 21 was 1 year.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like watching it. It's like watching a 1 season of 24, but not all as a binge. Like literally over the span of a season.
The best way I can emphasize that card is like 2 squirts of this. Let me tell you why. Because that was just completely dumb. You ever seen like the old school classic movies where you see the old person on the Segway and they driving slow? You can see that's how far wide you can see this card coming. Because not only is it
you remember Austin Powers where they do homeboys in the forklift. No, he's on the ground and they're in the forklift. He's like, yeah. And they're driving like 1 mile per hour.
That's the exact thing with this card. and the thing is, not only can you not give it haste unless you do some extraordinary measures, it's probably coming out on turn 3 or 4. And then once I kill it, you gotta wait another turn and 2 mana to do it again. You think I will let this hit me? You think in any world that exists, I'm gonna throw everything, including the kitchen sink and 2 fists at you to keep this from hitting me? Because it says it just lose the game. And then my favorite part is on the triggered ability or before it even unleashes it, I just swipe it off and make it lose its ability. Or my favorite thing, the favorite card that you like to use, Kindred's Transformation. Congratulations, you can hit me with this all you want.
It's an
Dumb.
elk. It's an elk.
Dumb.
All right.
Austin
I remember-
Powers analogy with the forklift is not only so perfect, but it has to happen 3 times. You have to forklift the person 3 times.
I think it was like a steam roll, like a big roller.
What-
Whatever
Yeah,
the thing
Yes,
was.
that's what it was. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but the second version of this is fat bastard on the wire fighting thing.
Was that?
But no,
I
because
need
I
to
saw you
rewatch
play
those
this deck.
movies.
Because I saw you play the deck and I read the card. I was like, wait, this is dangerous. And I was like, wait, it's got to do this 3 times. and then if I don't have a creature, it just doesn't do anything.
Right. Well, I have ways around that. That's why I built the deck specifically, because I was like, people won't want to play creatures. So there's ways to turn other permanents into creatures, like turn artifacts into creatures. So that was my way around that. So I got a little sneaky, but again, people just kill it, or I don't get a chance to do it as often. So it just really just turns into like single creature removal. Like, oh, that's scary. Let me exile that and then never do it again.
I need you to listen. I need you to listen to what you just said. You just said that you have to play the game for other people in order to get this card off.
Yeah,
so you
so-
got to get people.
Yeah, because if you realize there are certain cards that you play in a game of Magic that people see it and they just don't want to play the rest of their like game normally. So like Deadpool was the last example of this. Objectively a good card, right? But I put it on the table and people did not want to play any creatures. So my thinking after that was, okay, since nobody wants to play their creatures, I'm just going to play my creatures and my Deadpool is going to target my own creatures. I'm going to play my own game since you guys don't want to play Magic. So sometimes it's a mental game. So it's a mind game sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's mental, all right. It's crazy. It's crazy as hell. That shit eats applesauce on a bus, bare ass in the seats. That's what it does.
Crazy like a fox. Derek, what you got?
That just brought a bad memory back when I was in college. I went to a Dolphins game a public bus in Miami, and a dude tried to pull his pants down and fight somebody with his dick out.
That's smart. Oh, actually, wait, no, that's actually a smart move because don't nobody want to fight nobody with their dick out. Actually,
Well,
that is one of the most like that is high level like black belt territory. Because if I know I'm about to get my ass whooped by somebody, especially get jumped, the first thing I'm gonna do is dropping my pants and let my willy swing. Because then how you gonna explain that to the cops that you rolled up on this dude and now his pants is around his ankle? You got a lot of questions to answer, baby. A lot.
On that note, let's dive beyond the command zone.
Wait, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta get this off. So that reminds me because when I was in college, then I walked in and this dude, because I had to pee, and then the dude I walked in and the dude, you know how the urinals are out. He was sitting on the urinal taking a dump. And then I walk in and he turns and looks at me and I looked at him. And I was like, at first I had a split second of like, is that how we were supposed to use them? and then
maybe I was wrong.
Exactly. I had questions of things. And he made eye contact and I was like, you know what? You got this. Because I don't know if you're going to become a school shooter or something.
It's the moment of like, you have to question yourself for 1 second of have I been doing this wrong my whole life?
Yeah, it's like you see some stuff that you ain't expecting. You like, is this a glitch in the Matrix? Like I think, like he was supposed to be peeing, and then the Matrix glitch, and he just ended up like on the bowl.
Maybe he just had a moment. You know, sometimes when you go to pee, and then all of a sudden you just feel the prairie dog as you're like, and it's like he had no time to get to a stall. It was that or the floor. He had no choice.
What was that line when they said when they was in a building and they saw the glitch? Deja vu.
I honestly thought it might have been a clever way to wash his taint as he finished, but you know, sorry.
He was like, "Ooh, this must be a bidet." What they be talking about?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of shit, let me talk about my next card. We'll go delve into the 99, a card that I have been determined to build around since I learned what Magic was. We briefly mentioned it before. It is called Essence of the Wild. Essence of the Wild is a 6-mana, 3 green, vanilla 6/6. And it says creatures you control enter the battlefield as a copy of Essence of the Wild. So your first thought might be, oh, wait, all your creatures are 6/6s. Why is this a bad card? The problem is it gets rid of all of your ETBs. It gets rid of all of your creatures. You basically humility yourself, except they're 6/6s, which, if you've played Commander at all, a bunch of vanilla 6/6s with no evasion doesn't really do much. Not to mention, in most decks, like even a token deck, your creatures are making tokens. That all gets shut off. It shuts your commander off, everything. I have wanted this to be a secret commander for so long, and just to this day cannot figure out a way to make it happen and not just basically shut my own deck off.
Just shut your own deck off. That's exactly what you're doing with this. This is the dumbest shit I've seen. Why would you build this? This makes no sense. It's like going to Taco Bell asking for pizza. What are you doing? There's so many ways. First of all, for less mana to do this. And then are you playing like a bunch of tokens to get this off? And this thing doesn't even have trample. It doesn't even have trample. Why would you play this?
So the dream was to make a bunch of spiders with spider spawning and turn my spiders into 6/6s. The dream was never realized. It never worked. So yeah, the dream. This is one that is just in the future. If anyone has if you are the one person out there that has an Essence of the Wild deck, shout it out. Throw in deck list. I need this.
I wouldn't listen to that person because they also probably sniff crack cocaine out of a plastic bag. No, don't build this. No, don't do this.
Do it out of a paper bag. Save the environment. Said, what do you got next?
So mine is not too far from what you just posted, what you just described here. This is also a green card for 3 and 3 green. Big mana popping here. This is Nacatl War-Pride. This was when I saw this card, I fell in love with this. I was like, you telling me I can just Naruto somebody, Shadow Clone Jutsu with an attack based on the number of creatures that they control? Basically, it says that this creature must be blocked by exactly one creature if able. Whenever this creature attacks, create X tokens that are copies of it and are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of creatures defending player controls. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next end step. So you attack with one guy based on the number of creatures they control. You have one more coming at each of their creatures. So the first time I saw this, I was like, so you tell me if I like buff up my creature original or put a aura or something or like give it some type of ability and then make clones of it, the others will have it too? Nope, turns out it doesn't work that way. It's just 3/3 coming at everybody, coming at every creature you control. And so I got a little disheartened, but I still like the card. I think there's something there. I think it's just the fact that I can throw a 3/3 that you didn't see. Well, I guess you will see it coming because it has to be here first and then attack. But let's just say I sneak attack it or it has haste. You just have an army coming at you on top of my other creatures coming too. So it's just kind of an out of nowhere large board state coming at all my opponent's creatures that it's attacking.
So this is still dumb, but it's less stupid. It's like watching Dragon Ball Z with the original voices. You know when Goku screams because his nuts haven't dropped yet. Yeah, but this is dumb too. This is mobilized before mobilized, and unless you can end your turn to keep the creatures on the battlefield,
you can.
Or you have. In green, it's a little more difficult to do. You got to do some other in-round ways of doing it. But then you got
the clock.
Do some double. Good for you. But go tell Tom somewhere else. Or you got a doubling season, or you put white with this. It's a lot of moving pieces. Oh, and by the way, it's also a 6/6, which means I can just kill it for a 2-mana spell. So I mean, yeah, it's here's the deal. You can make toast with a lighter. Mm-hmm. You can do that all day. Dumb as fuck, but you can do it. Why do y'all make this stuff hard? There's other cards where you can do this a lot easier.
I don't know.
I want to make hemp soap. I want to sew my own clothes and socks. I want to reuse toilet paper. It's a lot of things you can do. Don't mean you should do it.
Now I'm gonna try it anyway. Derek, what you
I
got?
was gonna say, you told me to make toast with a lighter. I say that's too easy. You gotta use a match. You gotta step it up. You gotta make things more difficult. All right, the next one I have.
Did that come from the Jonas Brothers School of Boy Scouts?
Are you talking about Camp Rock? Oh, if y'all want to talk about some Camp Rock, I got you.
No,
we'll save that for the next video.
No. I'm good.
All right. So the next card I want to talk about, I did build a deck around this card. This was the inspiration of one of my current decks, my Changeling deck. It's called Griffin Canyon. Griffin Canyon is a colorless land. So you can tap to add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool, or you can tap it, untap target Griffin. That Griffin gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
Unless that Griffin is Peter Griffin, I don't give a damn about this card.
So if for all those Griffin players out there, it's I saw this card. I thought the art was pretty cool. It's also, oh my gosh, you mentioned Peter. The artist name for this is Stuart Griffin. So it is Stewie. Stewie Griffin is the artist for this. You mentioned Peter. I loved the art when I saw this. It gives me like those like old school fantasy art vibes, and I was like, yo, this is cool as hell. I've never seen a Griffin in Magic before. I want to play this. And so I kept putting it into random decks. And then I made a Changeling deck to make this kind of like an all-star, because there's a bunch of cards in the deck where I can make my commander a Changeling that taps for a bunch of mana. So this effectively, like I can effectively use this to untap my commander, then tap it for a bajillion mana. And it's actually like a powerful card. It's one of the better cards in that deck. So I took this diamond in the rough and gave it a home. I saw you spray something, Ken. I assume that means you thought it was wonderful.
I think it's trash and stupid. There's art that you can do this. You could have played a Staff of Domination. You could have played 50 million things that untaps a target creature. That's just dumb. that's just really dumb. And is that a reserve list card too?
That's actually a very good question.
Because that seems oddly specific, and oddly specific stuff is normally on a reserve list.
It could be. It is very old. It's from Visions, so it's still not very expensive because I assume nobody plays it still.
Which is funny because you can't see how stupid this is, because like there's a lot easier ways to do this in a type of goddamn creature. Like, you don't have to go through these. Why do y'all make stuff hard? Why do you make it hard? You don't have to make your own bread for a sandwich. Just go to the damn store. Like, why do y'all make stuff hard?
Look, Derek and I play exclusively around level 1, tier 1, tier 2. Mostly tier 1.
We live in a very humble place. You know, we were there for a long time, not a good time. We want to make it. We want to make sure that we get every ounce of magic in each game.
Y'all play Magic like damn pilgrims, okay? You know, we are in 2025, and y'all still on the Oregon Trail dying of dysentery. Maybe y'all should leave Terry alone and quit dissing his ass.
All right, I want to talk about my next one.
You said you take it.
All right, so this one I ended up building. This is from Kamigawa. I saw this card, fell in love with it. I was like, how do I build around this? Found another Kamigawa card to play as the commander, and I was like, they'll never see this coming. So the card I want to talk about is Neverending Torment. This is one epic spell that nobody plays. It's not even the best epic spell. There's a couple other better than this, but this is 4 black. Sorcery. Search target player's library for X cards where X is the number of cards in your hand and exile them. And they shuffle it. This says, since this has an epic ability, that means that you cannot cast any more spells for the rest of the game. Except you put a copy of this on a stack at the beginning of your upkeep, and you cast that copy. So you do this every turn where you exile someone's library based on the number of cards in your hand. So I see your face, Ken. However, This was my secret way to win with Kagemaru, because first of all, Kagemaru is ugly demon spirit that people don't want to play against because it's a board wipe on a stick. But I didn't even use it for that. It was a red herring. I played the deck to gain a bunch of life, draw a bunch of cards, and then draw into this epic spell. So I have like 40 plus cards in my hand. 2 turns, you don't have a library. So it was just a way for me to end the game the way that I wanted to end it, that nobody would see coming, unless, of course, they had a counter spell. And you can still counter that copy spell during your turns as well. But you know what I have coming. But I want to pull this off where I like just take somebody out with this spell, either 1 or 2 copies. I've done it. I won the game with this card, so I don't even want to see that face.
I love this thing so much.
I'm pretty sure. I know a person who moonwalked through a target. Don't mean it was a good idea. So you cast this. I play blue and I counter it, or I play something as easy as Veil of Summer, and then what do?
I'll wait till my next turn and cast it again.
Wait, this is good. This is good because look, you get to pick the X cards. So if you have like 10 cards in hand, you give it like 2 turns. You've gotten all the playable cards out of your opponent's deck already. They have nothing because you could just leave them with lands. So even if they have like 30 cards left, if they only have lands, it doesn't matter what they draw.
You are the person that tells people to fart in bonfires because it's a good idea. Look here. This is the dumbest idea I've ever heard. Because most of the time, by the time you get to 6 mana and you cast this, you don't have that many cards in your hand. Most of the time. You are maybe the exceptions, but most of the time you cast this. And then the offset of you can't cast spells for the rest of the game. How are you casting this without the epic going off?
No, it just puts itself on the stack. So it creates a copy of itself at the beginning of your upkeep. And it keeps. You can choose a new player when you target it.
Yeah.
So that's what. So epic spells keep casting itself
at the beginning of your upkeep.
Yeah,
yes.
You just can't cast any other spells.
Okay, and if I were to do something just to make you, drop your hand or something, then what does it do?
Bravo! You neutered my strategy anyway. Like. The deck that I put this in, I have a gang of cards in my hand. Like I'm talking 20, 30 plus. So if I get this spell off, I don't know what you're doing for the rest of the game. Cause like Derek said,
what
even
are
10.
You doing for the rest of the
I'm taking away your library.
We know what he's doing.
You know what I'm doing.
Your library. You can't do anything else.
You know what I'm doing. But I get to look through your library and get rid of all your removal and counter spells. And then there's other ways that I play the deck as well. Again, we're playing around this card. There's other things I can do to actually keep playing the game. Like there's I have to remember the name of it, but it's an enchantment. I'll throw it up on a board here. But at the beginning of my upkeep, I can choose a creature in my graveyard and just put it on my battlefield and then sack it at the end of my turn. Like it just keeps happening. Like I don't have to cast anything. Like that's how I play my Kagemaru to the point where I don't even really have to cast any other spells after I get to this.
I understand completely because it's not like you're in a pod that plays, I don't know, removal and graveyard hate. But, you live the dream that you want to live, with the 50 graveyard decks that Derek has that constantly get stumped the hell out. You have fun with that.
I see the vision. The vision. It's a good deck. It's a good card.
Sure you do. Sure you do, Mr. Ray Charles. You see everything. But anyway.
You want to know another good card? You want to know another good card? Now I'm completely reversed. These are terrible cards that are secretly good. There's another card that I have here that it's okay. This one's bad. This is the worst of the bunch so far. It's called Sporogenesis. Sporogenesis is a 4-mana enchantment from Urza's Saga. During your upkeep, you may put a fungus counter on target non-token creature. Whenever a creature with a fungus counter on it is put into the graveyard, put a Saproling token into play for each of those fungus counters. When Sporogenesis leaves play, all creatures lose all fungus counters. So, you basically, best case scenario, get a 1/1 every turn for 4 mana.
That's
it's
if the
great.
creature dies.
If it dies. So if you have a way to kill a creature every turn, you get a 1/1. Maybe
this is stupid.
2 1/1s.
Edgar Markov gives me a creature for casting shit.
He's an asshole. I love Sporogenesis because flavor-wise, it's just like you're sporifying everyone's creatures, and when they die, it's like a poof. And the poof is just a bunch of Saprolings that just land on the battlefield.
Or you can just
really
play
cool
the
too.
Tenderfoot. You can play the Tenderfoot Dryad that just gives you 1 on every upkeep.
They're both in the deck for sure.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Why are we regressing in Magic? I understand that you guys like to play level 1 decks that get shit kicked all day. Well, I understand that 1000%. But I like to put up a fight sometimes.
I'll put it like this. Well, I'll save my thoughts for last when we get to
y'all
the,
like to, wait. Y'all
to
like
the
to,
endpoint.
y'all like to
Okay.
get y'all like to get in the ring with 2 leg braces and 3 crutches.
I mean, when you're Superman and the world is when you're Superman and the world is cardboard, you got to dial it back a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that cardboard's made out of kryptonite.
This. Yes.
I do have one bad card that I like to put out there. After hearing you guys, I do have one.
What we talking about here?
Oh.
It's a 5-mana card. It costs 3 colors too, so it takes a bit of work to get out. It's a 6/6 that when it comes in, you can sacrifice a permanent, and you get to draw a card. And when you attack, you can sack something and draw a card as well.
He's talking about Corvold again. He's doing.
Shut up, Corvold.
I'm on to you.
Shut your mouth. Corvold is a fair Magic card. I was tired of you guys preventing me from playing this. And here's the deal. Y'all know I don't even play him busted. I play him regular. I just want to be able to use it one time.
So I just played a game with our good friend Owen this week. He pulled out his Corvold, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this is Jund artifacts. And he, for sure, splashed a bunch of artifacts on the table and just kept sacking artifacts, and we just kept losing life. He kept drawing cards, and we just kept dying. And I was like, he didn't even attack with Corvold. Like, and Corvold was like a 20-something by the end of it. And I was just like, you just killed us with artifacts that you were just sacrificing.
see, but the thing is, I wouldn't do that. I'd do some other egregious shit.
I would do so much worse. Said,
as we can see,
Wait, hold up. Corvold will mobilize.
Corvold does not need any more mobilizing. All right, so card I want to talk about real quick.
And then you can put that pride thing in there too, the pride thing, so that when they attack, you can tackle.
Sure.
Now I'm on board with that green piece of shit that you was playing.
Sure. So next one I want to talk about.
Say what else you got. What you got?
Yeah, next one I want to talk about. I actually stumbled upon this. I threw this in a deck a long time ago when we were back at our one of our first LGSs together, and I wasn't even playing it in the deck to just use it as most people would probably try to break it. It was just in the deck, and then no, actually I remember someone else might have played it. I can't remember, but I also had the card too at the same time. But I think someone might have played a Timesifter, thinking that they can just run a table real quick because they play a bunch of high CMC spells that basically they can just take more turns. But I'll read Timesifter real quick. 5-drop artifact. At the beginning of each upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library. That player who exiled the card with the greatest mana value takes an extra turn after this one. If 2 or more cards are tied for the greatest, repeat this process until the tie is broken. So basically, every upkeep, everyone reveals the top card of the library. Whoever has the highest CMC takes the next turn. I think I was playing like a demon deck or something, and they weren't ready for that because I just took all the turns after this. I didn't even play the card. Someone else played the card, and I just like, well, I guess you wanted me to win.
Lucky me. Don't mind if I do.
How the hell is this a bad card? How is this a terrible card? All you gotta do is put a bunch of double face cards in your deck, and you win it. Wait, what are we doing here? What are we doing? This ain't the purpose of the episode.
Because
wait, hold up. Wait. Let's hear this lie. Go ahead.
First of all, we're talking about building around cards. And then this card, you just want this card to show up in your deck. So you're going to have a high CMC deck built around this card, hoping to get into it. And then it's like, here we are. Time for me to take some extra turns, y'all. How about I just kill that? So now you got this high CMC deck for no reason.
It could also go sideways because as someone who plays, what? Oh my gosh, I completely blanked on the name of the card. 2-mana Keen Duelist. I play a lot of Keen Duelist in decks with crazy high mana values and get my ass kicked. Because it's like, there's a swamp. What do you flip? 12 mana. Thank you. 12 to the face. Next turn. I'm going to pick you this time. Oh, it's another swamp. What did you get? How is there a 15 mana card? I didn't know that existed. I'm dead. It is a risk. I feel like unless you got like 17 senseis dividend tops, you're not going to be able to like actually have any sort of control.
No, this should just be a second base strategy that you run in the deck like Hidetsuku. Like, you just run Hidetsuku in there, and then this is just an added cherry on top. Like, what are you talking about? This ain't difficult to build around.
We've tricked Ken into thinking one of our cards is good success.
What's a good card? What are you talking about?
So
playing-
you,
okay,
so
so you
you have to, so you have to control the table and control the top of your library and keep this artifact on the table. It's a lot to.
Oh my God! You can't do that in blue black. You are 1,000% right. You can't do that with a Jace. You can't do
Well, I
that
mean,
with a Sensei's Divining
If you're playing,
Top.
so here's the thing, if you're playing blue black, you're already probably controlling the table and doing that and taking extra turns anyway. There's time.
It's an art.
There's time.
It's an artifact.
Time Sieve already does this.
It's an artifact. It goes in every deck.
You don't just put Timesifter in every deck.
You can put it in the blue black one, the Hidetsuku deck. Why can't you put it in that one?
I'm just saying, you have 3 other players to consider about what's on top of their library. You may know what's on top of yours, but it becomes a guessing game of who's about to take the next turn. It's not always going to be you. Just like that player who originally played this, it was not expecting me to have all those high CMC demons.
So you play Jace the Mindbender, and then you do the Fate Seal technique so you can choose whatever you want. Or you can play the card where everybody plays with their library top exposed.
So you get it. We have to build. So you get it. We have to build around the card to make it work.
Those are 2 damn cards, and then Sensei's Divining Top can control the rest of your draws.
If we're doing Sensei's
here?
Divining Top, this isn't even in my deck. What are we doing here?
You can brainstorm.
Let us know in the comments below. Timesifter.
If we're doing Sensei's Divining Top, I'm thinking of more ways to win. Like, of course,
I love how y'all will go a mile down the street just across the street. It's just that across the damn street.
Safer that way. Use crosswalks, people. Don't jaywalk. Cars don't care. They'll hit you. Unless it's like a really expensive car and maybe you just, insurance payout. Why not?
Crosswalks are for people who play Xbox.
I like this card Derek's about to talk about because I actually pulled the legend that is for that. I feel like I think I fixed it.
These are way down a plane.
These are 2 cards for a deck I'm currently building. That are all stars of the deck that I have been trying to find a deck for since I started playing and learned what they are. It's both, is it a Tel Jalad Stylus, and a Despotic Scepter. They basically do the same thing. Tel Jalad Stylus says it's a 1-mana artifact. You tap it, put target permanent you own on the bottom of your library. Or Despotic Scepter, also 1 mana, tap it, destroy target permanent you own. So they're 1-mana artifacts that you tap to destroy something you own, or tuck it into your library. Obviously, Despotic Scepter I think is a lot better because it's almost like a sack outlet. There's always been like the reasoning of a sack outlet that does nothing else is still good. So Despotic Scepter I think has a little bit more utility, but Tel Jalad Stylus specifically because it tucks your card. It almost is like it's a worse than a sack outlet because usually you're trying to sack something so it doesn't get exiled or tucked. So it's like forever I've been trying to figure out how to use this. I love this card.
So 2 decks for you.
Can I say the one I have first?
Oh, go
just in
ahead,
case.
Yeah,
because I'm building Abby from The Last of Us. I forgot the actual title of the card, but Abby from The Last of Us, where it's a 3-mana commander. It says when you cast it, you get a number of infected tokens equal to the mana spent, and a target opponent takes control of Abby. So you're casting your commander, getting tokens, giving it to somebody else, and then you can use these to basically tuck and keep killing your own commander so you can keep spending more mana to get more tokens. And that's so exciting.
Why would you tuck your commander?
Well, because you send it to the command zone. So like you're tucking it just to... Like with the card technically sends it to the library, you can replace that and go to the command zone instead. But you can just keep killing your commander over and over again for 1 mana, so you can keep getting more tokens.
Is this a cast trigger on Abby or ETB?
I don't remember. All I know is somebody else gets it, you get tokens. That's the important part.
Why not just flicker it?
You could probably do that too, but I really wanted to play Tel Jalad Stylus because where else are you going to play it? Say you had a couple of apparently commanders that also work well with this.
Hold on. I got to investigate this. Even with Airbender, you can bounce it back to your hand and recast it for 2 if it's a cast trigger.
But you want to spend more mana on it because you get 1/1s equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it.
Yeah, so
the more commander tax, the better it is.
So this is this Abby the Merciless Soldier?
Yes.
1 red and green. Whenever
Yes.
you cast a spell, create a number of 1/1 black fungus zombie creature tokens named Cordyceps infected equal to the number of mana spent, equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. So basically, the more and more you're casting her, the more of those guys you're making.
Okay, great. Why not just play Astronaut's Altar and Cryptolithrite?
Too easy.
What do you mean? Your opponent has Abby. How do you recast her if she's gone? Your opponent has her.
Yeah. Also,
No.
Abby enters under the control of an opponent of your choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you tuck the permanent if it's no longer on your battlefield?
With this beautiful card that is apparently bad, Tell July, it says permanent you own. So even though someone else controls it, you still own the card. So this wonderful self-tucking contraption allows you to keep tucking your own commander even though someone else controls it because you own it. It's wonderful.
Why not?
It's beautiful.
Why not just play Homeward Path?
I mean that also that is true. That also works because then you could then sack it. But Homeward Path's in a million decks. How many decks play Telgelad Stylus? That's actually a good question. I should probably look that up. I assume not many.
When was the last time you ran into a deck with Homeward Path?
One of yours.
I was about to say, look, Homeward Path is expensive as shit right now. It's like very expensive. But if it wasn't, that should be in like there's so many theft cards. If you have them, play more Homeward Paths. I'm actually
play more Homeward Paths, people.
Wait, by the way, I think I just found these 2 cards here that you can use to replace those, and these are a hell of a lot better. So check these out. These 2 cards right here are empty sleeves. These are the best thing that you can put in your deck to replace those 2 bum-ass cards that you just showed me.
I thought he was going to say basic lands.
Telgelad Stylus is only in 6,000 out of 7.35 million possible decks. So there's some homes for it. Just play it. It looks cool. It's like the tattoo artist from Phyrexia.
You know, back in the day, there used to be a show called Jackass where it was a bunch of crazy ass people doing weird stuff. That's what y'all 2 remind me of. A couple of jackasses.
So a couple of legends that you can use this for. Grenzo, Dungeon Warden, was one of the OGs. X, Rakdos. Enters with X1 counters on it. Put a bottom card of your library into your graveyard. If it's a creature, power less than equal to Grenzo's power, you can just put it straight into the battlefield. So essentially the way Grenzo worked was you wanted to basically put stuff into your graveyard and then put it into the bottom of your library and make sure that it was a little bit weaker than Grenzo. So easy way to get stuff into the battlefield. Another card that I feel like works really well with either one of those, especially the one that tucks it to the bottom of your library, is River Song from Doctor Who. This is 1 in Izzet, and she says that you draw cards from the bottom of your library rather than the top.
Oh.
Yeah, and another card that you can put in, and I just looked this one up too. It's Compost the Trash Man. Compost the Trash Man says, Compost the Trash Man said, oh, sorry. I found this card that you guys are looking at. It's called Compost the Trash Man. Compost the Trash Man says remove lid, insert card. And you never have to worry about it again. It's an actual removal effect that removes the card permanently from every deck imaginable, and you can never play that card again. It's a very phenomenal one.
Interesting.
Don't take away my Stylus. I've been waiting for I don't know how many years to play this card. Don't you take that from me. Said you have one more. I think we're getting close to time, but I feel like I need a little bit more jank in my life. What else?
Oh yeah.
What else you got?
So card.
Wait, hold up. Sorry. Y'all do know that jank does not mean a terrible card, right?
No, we know that.
Okay, continue.
So another card I want to talk about is I actually built the deck around this just because I felt like the commander kind of already enabled this, and I just wanted to see how far I could take it. But card I wanted to build around was called Dual Nature. It's an enchantment for green and a green. Whenever a creature comes into play, its controller puts a creature token into play that's a copy of that creature. Whenever a non-token creature leaves the battlefield, remove all tokens with the same name as that creature from the game. When Dual Nature leaves the battlefield, remove all tokens put into play with Dual Nature. So basically, everybody can get token copies of creatures that they cast. super, super dangerous. Do not advise unless you know what you're doing. So let me tell you how what I did to prove that I knew what I was doing. But you see if it works or not. So I decided to throw this into one of my favorite commanders, which was Yarok the Desecrated for 2 in Sultai, because he says that whenever a permanent entering the battlefield causes a trigger ability of a permanent you control to trigger, it triggers an additional time. So while y'all over here making 1 token copy, I'm over here making 2 token copies or more, based on how Yarok deck is built. So this was just one of the cards that I felt like was very fragile, and you probably don't want to be giving your opponents extra creatures, especially if they have those nasty ETB abilities. But I felt like it was a way that I could probably try to get out of control faster than my opponents.
Yeah, unless they play a tribal deck like Slivers or Elves, that would be a very bad idea.
Yeah, very bad. Yeah. Don't do that.
But you gotta live dangerously. You need some excitement.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you could just do something that affects your own board, but like, you need a little bit of risk. You gotta risk it for the biscuit, as philosophers have said.
And I kind of see this. I kind of see this in the same vein as like Timesifter. Like, you don't know what everybody else is playing, but your hope is to try to get out advantage everybody else. And so, like Derek said, sometimes I like to build decks where I live a little bit dangerous, but time and place. You got to figure out when to use it.
That's like eating lunch at a Denny's. Like, why would you do that? You don't have to do that.
You do not talk
about
Denny's. That 246 menu is a lifesaver. That 246 Denny's menu, I love you. Got me through so many years of college. That is, it's so good.
What the hell could you get for $2?
You'd be surprised. The 246 menu, it probably doesn't exist anymore, but you can get so much food for $2. You don't understand.
Inflation.
You spend like $8 and literally like leave like rolling out of the Denny's. Oh, it's so good.
Let me tell you why you can leave rolling out of Denny's, because pancakes take less than 5 cents to make, and they ripping you off, because all it is a couple of scoops of pancake batter, which you can get a whole box of pancake batter for $2, and they literally using a couple of scoops, flatten them out, put them on your plate, give you 2 strips of fake bacon and powdered eggs. So you enjoy that Denny's dinner while it's busting your gut.
You missed the biscuits and gravy. That was on that $2 menu. Oh yeah.
Ew.
So I know you said we're coming up with time, but there are a couple others that I wanted to kind of just throw out there real quick. I think Ken will agree with these, and honestly, probably even the community. The first one, it would talk of the town of being a bad card as far as why people try to build around this. I don't know why. Was Seance, and I felt like Seance gets a bad name, but that's because I like to play bad cards. But Seance 2 in a white enchantment at the beginning of each upkeep, you can exile a target creature card from your graveyard. If you do, put a token copy on the battlefield. Exile at the beginning of the next end step. So it's just one of those things where you can like try to keep things coming back onto your battlefield if needed. But for some reason, Seance got a lot of bad rep, and I don't know where it came from. But it is what it is. And another
I was gonna say that seems good.
Seance was for some reason was negatively talked about for a while, like as one of those probably like a try hard card or something like that. I don't know. But another one that I thought was cool that I just cannot figure out what to do with this thing. This came out from Ixalan, one of those Ixalan sets. This is Throne of the Grim Captain, and I gotta send this one to you guys first.
No, this is the one where you got to sack a vampire, 2 squirrels, a monkey.
Yeah.
This is a quick story on this. I bought a copy of this. I have it was like 12 cents, but it was like a nice foily copy of this, ready to go in my changeling deck until my dumbass realized it's got a black color identity because the creature is black. It's not a colorless artifact. So I literally sleeved it into my Simic changelings deck, all excited. And then I saw on the little like deck building thing, it had a red mark around it of like, this is illegal. I was like, oh shit, it's banned. Look how good this card is. No, I'm just an idiot and put it into a Simic deck. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah,
so I would have played it anyway.
If you guys aren't familiar, if the viewers aren't familiar with Throne of the Grim Captain, it's a dope creature on the back, really is. But for 2, it's a legendary artifact. You can tap it to mill 2 cards, craft it with a dinosaur or merfolk, a pirate, and a vampire. Pay 4. You can flip it. It turns into this bomb ass skeleton spirit pirate. 7/7 menace, trample, lifelink, hexproof. This thing sounds like the bomb. Except when it attacks, you can sacrifice an all-land permanent. Then you may put in an exile creature card used to craft it onto the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking. I mean, half of those things that make this thing are fine, which are like, you know, dinosaurs and vampires for the most part. You're probably gonna play some good dinosaurs and vampires. There just aren't any good dinosaurs. There aren't any good merfolk or pirates to craft with this thing that makes it worth it. And what deck are you playing with dinosaurs, merfolk, pirates, and vampires? Like,
I think you misspoke. I think you misspoke. I think you said merfolk are so good that it's just like you feel bad putting them in decks because they dominate, because merfolk are the shit. I think that's what you meant to.
We'll let the record speak for itself.
This deck combination sounds like the fever dream of a smackhead. Like, first of all, who would throw these together? The color identities don't even work together. And then, second of all, first of all, when you craft it, I can just blow it up, and it's probably like a 5-mana artifact. I can just blow it up for less than 2 mana. And when you go to craft it and spend the mana, I can kill it again. And by the way, you have that X-proof creature where I can just board wipe or do a edict effect and make you sack it. A whole bunch of work goes in, and then hold up, and then the dinosaurs and vampires that you can play are probably more powerful than this damn creature.
But it sounds like when you say the creature types, it's like the vampire, dinosaur, merfolk, pirate. It sounds like the dementia test they give Trump, where he's got to name a bunch of random shit back to back to back. He just pirate, dinosaur, vampire.
It sounds like the cast of Twilight and Pirates of the Caribbean decided to make an indie film. That's what it sounds like to me. This is insane.
One concept I want to just throw out there, because we're talking about just bad stuff in general, like to build around. Like, nobody's building around battles. Sorry, it didn't happen. I don't know where we are in the design process with battles. I think battles could have been cool.
We haven't seen a battle in so long. We haven't seen them in so long. They came new card type. That shit just I haven't seen.
They might as well say, as Ken would say, new car sleeve fillers.
Yes.
Yeah, battles. I haven't seen a battle in a minute. Not to say there are bad battles, but there's a lot of bad battles. But yeah, you just don't see that often, because you kind of have to somewhat build around it. You know how battles work, people. Another concept I want to throw out. Oh, go ahead. Hold
on. A battle is just a planeswalker you don't want. It's like it's got that's all it is. It's like you got to give it to somebody, and then you got to attack the loyalty counters. And it's like, this is stupid.
Is the super tight?
You could use Telegelon Stylus to destroy your own battle when it's on somebody else's board.
That's
Look at
true.
that.
That's true.
That's not how that works. It has to lose its loyalty counters in order to flip.
Oh, I didn't say it activates it. I just said you can get rid of it. That's just the.
You ever played a card you just wanted to destroy? Battles. Another concept that I'm slowly trying to wrap my brain around and come around to. I hated it when it first came out. Were vehicles. Vehicles, I just can't. But I'm trying to see the other side, because I finally found a commander that I felt like works with it. Koladin Triumph Caster. You probably haven't heard him because it came from the Fast and the Furious set, Ether Drift. But he's a human pilot that says that your mounts and vehicles have haste, and I'll just skip the mount part, but it says whenever a vehicle you control enters, it becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. So it's like self-crewing. It's crewing itself basically when it comes in, and you can just go vroom with it. So I like that. But then I played a couple of games with this, and I'm like, wow, I'm really leaving myself open, because I got all these damn tapped creatures and vehicles that are not creatures anymore.
Yep. That seems very smart to me. That as soon as you attack with them, now they don't do nothing because your commander's probably like a 2/3. Now you're looking like Boo Boo the fuckhead.
Right.
Speaking of which, whenever I see somebody who plays a battle, I instantly go and put change in their cup and tell them it's gonna be okay because you clearly going through some hard times if you're playing with.
This is the Paul Thomas Anderson movie, one battle after another. I'll tell you.
Exactly.
I can do this. I probably could have did this whole episode by myself, but because I play a lot of bad / jank cards over the years that I've just accumulated them, and I've tried to figure out what am I doing that nobody else is doing that I want to try to pull off that nobody can see coming. So it's like that. It's like the sub game that you can play with just by yourself that nobody else knows that you're playing. But when you pull it off, though, you might have a story to tell next time because you heard this. You probably won't pull it off again.
You heard it here first time ever. Sedge is gonna keep playing with himself until he pulls it off. You heard it here first from one more man.
Speaking of which, I just watched Novocaine.
The
movie with
going?
The movie with
speaking of
the movie with Jack. Blanking on his name, but the guy from what's the show with the superheroes, but they're not.
I don't know. You brought the damn movie up.
Jack Quaid. Yeah, the boys. Jack Quaid.
Oh yeah, look at me.
Yeah, he's in a movie. Yeah, he has a movie called Novocaine where he has a neurological disorder where he can't feel sensitivity or pain, and it's an action comedies whatever adventure. So yeah, don't pull things off without knowing.
This sounds like Hangover with extra steps. Anyway,
Kinda.
I've kind of hit the limit on the tomfoolery that's been going on here. Which, if this doesn't let you guys know off the bat, just play decent cards and maybe you can win a couple of games. Anything with the closings?
Winnings for losers. Yeah, no, I think you should play more bad cards. Let us know in the comments below. Which of the terrible cards would you be most excited to put in a deck? Yeah, and how many sprays of Febreze do they all deserve? How many rolls of toilet paper do these get ranked? Let us know.
I ran out halfway through the video.
I've never seen anybody. You guys didn't see it, but I've never seen anybody disinfect their webcam. Like I'm concerned with how much moisture might be on your webcam right now.
To be fair, I have seen people who had to disinfect their webcam. That's because they was doing other extracurricular activities. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode. Tell us about what's going on. Happy holidays and all that good stuff. Like and subscribe. But until next time, don't burn your house down when you cook that turkey.